You may or may not have seen this statistic before, saying that or claiming that up to 80% of AI projects fail, and that if you Google that, you can see many cases being reported, or many news articles saying pretty much the same thing. They will even say as much as more than 80% of AI projects fail, and that's twice the rate of failure for information technology products that do not involve AI. And I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't care about it, or to say that in a more polite and accurate way, why that should not keep you from getting started with AI in your business, in your life. The time is now, and in this video, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on why those 80% of AI projects are failing. But most importantly, I'm going to tell you why they shouldn't keep you from getting started and how I think you should get started with a concrete example. So bear with me here, all right? Let's do it. So one of the articles will go to say the reasons why they mapped this 80% failing rate, and they summarize here the 5 biggest ones. You can pause the video and read in details, but my take here is C, stakeholders often misunderstanding or miscommunicating, not solving real problems for their intended users, data-related issues, and finally trying to go too big in the beginning. Good news for me is number one. When I think about this, I think of 2 things. One is gigantic multinational corporations, corporate America. So whether people are trying to catch up in those organizations with AI by trying to please their bosses or showcasing really sophisticated example that we'll never see real life, typical corporate stuff. And also I think of academia. And if that's true, that's actually good news, because if you're here in my channel here, I'm not focusing on any of those cases. I'm focusing on real use case for AI in big, medium, and even small business, but not necessarily corporate BS nor academia. Nothing wrong with that, it's just not my focus. And my other comment here is, if AI projects are failing twice the rate of non-AI projects, for me that's good news, honestly. First, because if you consider everything that we just said, AI projects will be failing much less. And second, the return on investment when an AI project does succeed is so much more than twice or 3 times. It can be 5, 10, 100 times X in productivity if done right. And you don't have to accomplish all of that in one run. That's what I'm going to try to show you. So here are my ultimate tips for you to get started. And before I show you my real case example, the thing that I want you to understand is focusing on automating a process that already exists on your company, on your business, and it's very time consuming or very repetitive. The reason I say that is because if that's true, 1, you have a big incentive to automate that. 2, you know the process top to bottom. And 3, chances are there is owner or a main owner of that process in your business, most likely you or somebody in your team. And those are 3 really important factors when I'm getting started with a client. I normally don't try to impose what I think they should automate. Rather, I try to listen to what are their pain points and what is the day-to-day life in their business. Another success approach for me is automate a process that you have been trying to improve or to add on top of a current process that's already working and that you haven't yet. And the reasons are very similar. Probably you have an owner for that process, somebody that knows the process top to bottom and know exactly what they want to be added on top of that. If you follow that, you are 100% not going to follow for, oh, I don't have an owner for that process. I'm trying to actually impress my boss by doing that, or typical miscommunication issues. And definitely not too big first project. I'm going to show you one example now, and you tell me if that fits everything that I just told you. This is a very simple tracker that I have for my own application. What do I mean by that? I've built this application called Win 10 Minutes. It's a focus app to reduce screen time, help you build new habits, and actually focus on what you need to be focusing on rather than doom scrolling or whatever. And I built it because I was falling for that. So I was solving my own problem. I'm going to drop the link for the app somewhere in the description or in the video. It's called Win 10 Minutes. And I have here a list of features that I want to add or improve on my app. And whenever I have an idea or somebody gives me an idea, I come here and I update this spreadsheet. Now, it has happened before that I was just walking in the street and I had an idea and I didn't have a way to update here spreadsheets and I would forget. So now what I have done is I have created this automation here, does use AI, and and it's definitely not fancy. I mean, I'm not gonna impress anybody by showing this workflow, right? Normally people are showing crazy workflows that's looks very complicated and complex. Well, this one I guarantee you is very useful. What it's doing is I have two triggers here. One is a Telegram message that a bot that I have in Telegram, and the other one is a webhook from my iPhone. And whenever I send a message, it can be a text message or audio message, it's going to use AI to transcribe it, if that's the case, if it's audio message, and parse it to this AI agent that will then update my Google Sheet that you just saw. It is definitely not fancy, but it's very useful for me. And I bet if you made it until this moment of the video, you thought immediately of something that you have very similar that this could be very useful too. So this was a process that I already had, and I knew exactly what I wanted in order to improve that process, and I was the ultimate owner of the process. So I knew everything about it, and I was definitely not trying to impress anybody except you guys. Now, going to show you how you can build it. Okay, let's start from the beginning. To make this video more simple, I'm just gonna do the webhook one, because it's actually faster and more useful than the Telegram one, as a trigger at least. So we're gonna look for webhook. Let's give it a name, YouTube video audio to Google Sheet. You're then going to use the OpenAI nodes transcribe a recording, because it's going to come as an audio message. Then I'm going to select an AI agent node. And for the chat mode, I'm going to use Anthropic. The memory, just go with the simple one. Also need to remember to change this. And for the tools, you're going to select the Google Sheet and my tracker page. And here I want to get rows, because it can also consult your sheet, but also you want to add the append or update the same sheet. And here, that's where you're going to describe each field. So you click on let AI or the model define this parameter based on the message that you're going to parse, the audio message, but it's a good practice for you to add a description, such as what I have here. So I have added all the descriptions, and let's call it append update. I have the prompt here, the system prompt. And again, if you're lazy to do it a prompt, you can just prompt AI to get the prompt for you. You have no excuse. So I'm gonna copy this prompt, put it here as a system prompt. This we're gonna have to, is going to be JSON.txt, because that's the output from the OpenAI transcriber recording. All right, so you wanna go ahead and click on publish. And now you need to remember that once you click on publish, the webhook that you need to use is the production one. So you're gonna copy this one, and remember, you selected a get HTTP method, so you need to remind that. And now we're gonna switch to our iPhone in order to build the automation there to send the audio message here, which is, again, quite easy. Okay, so inside your iPhone, you're gonna look for shortcuts. And you can see that I already have it here, but I'm gonna show you how to build from the beginning, which is quite simple. So click the plus sign, you're gonna look for record an audio. Then you're gonna look for get URL content, paste the URL from N8N webhook here. Then you're going to select, actually I mentioned before, the get. Let's change it to post, but also, of course, we need to change that on the webhook as well. Request body, it's a file, and it's the audio that you just recorded. The audio quality can be a normal one, start recording with one tap and finish with another tap, or actually it can be immediately, and I'm gonna explain you why. Now you go to accessibility, touch, you go to back tap, you select the triple tap, and back down here, you see you're going to select the this is the one that I just created for the purpose of this video. So whenever you triple tap the back of your iPhone now, you're gonna be able to send a audio, sorry. So let's test it. I want to fix onboarding bug that's causing the app to freeze. That's quite urgent and quite important as well. This is it, just ran, and you can see here on the Google Sheet, fix onboarding bug, app is crashing, easy, the complexity, very important, very urgent, not started. Pretty nice, right? So hopefully you learned something, a thing or two here from this video. And if I want to leave you with something is, please get started. Don't let those, crazy statistics keep you from getting started. It's not that complicated. You can definitely pick something that is useful for you. Again, it's a process that you know, it's time consuming or repetitive. There's an owner to that process, and you have clarity on what you want that result to be. If you follow those steps, I'm 100% sure that you're gonna build something, or gonna have somebody build something for you that is actually going to increase your productivity. And who cares about impressing colleagues or boss? That's a consequence, not end goal. For more videos about AI automation, follow my channel, subscribe, and leave a comment. Actually, I'm gonna drop all the useful links somewhere here in the description. You should check that out as well. Mainly, if you want to have a one-on-one automation call, you can book that for free with me. And if you want to quit your phone addiction and actually get stuff done, you should download my app. It's called Win 10 Minutes. I'm also going to drop a link. Thank you for watching.